Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. Today we're going to be taking a look at this, the LEGO Hidden Side Newbury Haunted High School. It's taken me far too long to get round to reviewing this, and this will be a shorter, less in-depth review, as the set's been out for ages now, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. Instead, I'll just be talking about my own thoughts and feelings on this set. If you've watched the haul video back when I first picked this up, you'll know I wasn't originally planning on buying this set, but somehow I found myself doing just that. In some ways, I'm really glad I did, and in other ways, I kinda wish I had stuck to my guns and not bothered. At first glance, this is a really good looking set. I love the use of dark red for the old brick, and it has a great gothic feel. There are a few instances where the post-transformation pieces stick out a bit like here, but for the most part they're neatly tucked away and don't detract from the overall appearance. If we move around the back though, this is where the wheels start to come off. The interior, if you can even call it that, as it actually has zero sidewalls or a roof. It's literally just an open space on the other side of the facade. In most places, the actual play area is only about 4 studs deep, which creates a massive problem with this classroom layout. I mean, the chalkboard is at 90 degrees to the pupil seats. What, are they meant to be able to see around corners at Newbury? I'm all for kids using their imagination a bit, but seriously, this looks more like seats on a bus than a classroom, and there is no way the kid sitting at the back is going to be able to read whatever the teacher is writing on that chalkboard. They might as well just give up on life now because their education isn't happening. Another questionable layout choice is down here where right next to the kitchen / cafeteria there is the toilet. But not in its own room, no, it's just an open store with saloon style doors on the front. Let me show you. Just open these, and the build for this little toilet assembly is actually pretty nice, as far as toilet builds go. But if I plop Mr. Elton down here, like he's taken advantage of the facilities, close the doors for some privacy, and his head is poking up above the top. Imagine trying to eat your lunch and not only having to compete with the smell of someone laying down a couple of fresh ones, but to make matters worse, you're actually making eye contact with them whilst they're churning out their mud sausages. What's so frustrating about all this is that it really didn't have to be this way. There's actually a fair amount of depth in the structure's build that could have been used for play, but instead it's wasted on housing the hidden side aspect of this set. I do really like these spooky eyes. Besides the single sticker on each of the eyebrows, they're completely brick built and they look brilliant. Unlike the mouth down here, which just makes no sense to me. Like, okay, I get the teeth pieces on the top and bottom, but what are these stickers supposed to be? More mouths? Or are they the sides of this mouth doorway? It just doesn't work for me, and it relies completely on stickers. In fact, this set had an unforgivable amount of stickers. I ended up leaving some of them off because I had just had enough. Going back to my point about wasted space, just look at all this back here that is spent entirely on just holding these claws so that they can pop out. Now, I quite like the claws, so I can kind of forgive that, but up top, what the heck are these supposed to be? The common theory is that they're meant to represent ghostly steam rising up, but they just look like some random musical notes. Was it really worth dedicating all this space to such a needless addition? Look at this, there's about 6 studs worth of depth here that could have been used for play that instead is used to house some green wispy pieces. Plus mine keeps popping up like this whenever I open it. But honestly, even if they had made this a secret room with like a sliding door or something to keep the hidden side aspect of the set, that would have been tons better than this. Speaking of hidden rooms, this set does kinda have one of those. Remember the chalkboard from before? Well, that does have a little give to it, and that's because if you fix the broken school bell here, yeah, we're supposed to ignore this large Technip piece and rod here, by the way. Anyway, that unlocks the chalkboard so that you can spin it round and reveal this rather scary looking teddy bear. And behind that, you can see a slashed painting of the bear's owner, Lady E. This set comes with 7 minifigures, 3 are ones that we've seen a lot before, but 4 of them are new and exclusive characters, including 2 new Newbury High students, a teacher that looks a lot like Toby Jones, and the principal and Jack's mum, Rose Davids. All 4 of these new minifigures are great and really welcome additions to the Hidden Side roster. 3 of them come with alternate possessed forms, and the 2 teachers even get new and exclusive ghostly faces. Is this a bad set? Probably not, but it's certainly not, in my opinion, as good as it could or should have been. This is the flagship set for LEGO Hidden Side, and even with the announced second wave of sets, this remains the biggest set the theme has, and I just don't think it's good enough. Am I being too harsh? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Don't forget to like, and as always, if you haven't already, be a hero and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Laters.